Hey chocolate friends, today I'm doing a bar bits video on this chocolate bar right here, Amedei Blanco de Criollo, however you want to say it. So this bar, I have another video about Amedei. I'll put a link up here if you want to watch that video about the company itself. The company was founded in 1990 by a brother-sister team, the Tessiaris, and it was named after their maternal grandmother. It has since changed hands. So it was bought by a Singapore venture capital fund. It is now, I believe, owned by an Italian water company. But I believe Cecilia Tessiari still has a role in the company. Her brother does not. He has gone off and started another chocolate company, so he's no longer part of Amedei. But what I want to talk about today is specifically this bar, so we're doing a bar bits. So I want to talk about Blanco de Criollo. So let's break it down into the two parts, Blanco and Criollo. So Blanco means white, so we're going to assume that we're talking about the color of the beans here. So in case you don't know, cocoa beans, when they're raw, they can have a range of colors from white to dark purple. And this is because of the presence or absence of anthocyanins and phenols, how much are there and in what quantities other chemicals are there. Oftentimes, the darker they are, it can lead to more astringent bitters. So white beans, which were traditionally thought to only come from Criollo, were thought to be favorable, better, because they had lesser astringency, lesser bitterness after fermentation. During fermentation, the beans turn brown because those anthocyanins and phenols are oxidized, and that's why the color change happens. So you can have a range of colors in the raw beans from white until purple. Historically, white was more valued. Now, let's assume that these are white beans, but they are not. So as far as I know from my research, this bar is made with Pura, yes. They are white beans. This is true. They have been, there's pictures of them, you can find them, everybody knows about those beans. You can get them in other bars. But they're not Criollo. They're Nacional. They've been DNA tested, it's been shown they're Nacional beans. So they are white, but they're not Criollo. So let's talk about that word. So for a long, long time, in craft chocolate, you would hear people talk about there's three kinds of cocoa trees: Criollo, Trinitario, Forastero. Oh, not so true anymore. So as we've learned more and as people have done more genetic research on cacao, I think I've heard that more clusters are coming, but there are 10 accepted clusters, genetic clusters of cacao, of which Criollo is one, and of which Nacional is one. These beans are Nacional, not Criollo. But here's the tricky part with this word. Criollo is a Spanish word that means native or indigenous. Colloquially, it kind of means what grandpa or grandma planted in the backyard. So it's a tricky word, especially when you're using beans that are not Criollo. So in the world of craft chocolate, Criollo beans there are more bars with this word on it than there are beans physically harvested. So there can't possibly be that many authentically DNA Criollo beans. And I think that's what's going on here. So I think this bar is made with white beans, yes, but it is Nacional, it is Pura Peru, and so not really Criollo. Amedei should know better. It's a decent bar. It's chocolatey. It's what you would expect from Amedei, solid dark chocolate bar. I don't know why they call it limited edition. I think you can get it pretty often, but that's what I wanted to tell you about this bar. So if you're using this bar, or if you're using any other bar with the term Criollo in it, make sure that you know what you're talking about when you're talking about that word. I'll put a link below to the Montemayor paper with the genetic clusters, and I will check to see if there's any new papers, new research on creating more genetic clusters. I heard there was possibility of some more coming. But that is today's bar bits on Amedei Blanco de Criollo. So hope you like that. Hope you could use it if you have a tasting and you can use that information in your tasting. If you have a bar that you want me to explore or a term you want me to explain, let me know down below in the comments. If you tried this bar, what you think of it, opinions about the genetic clusters, anything. Drop me a comment and let me know. And make sure to subscribe so that we can hang out here every Thursday and talk about all the things that are chocolate. And I will see you then, and thanks for watching.